Yep. Okay. Yep. Check. 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 Pick yours up.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is it working right now?
Is it working right now? All right. I'm saying you dig into the ground a little bit here.
Wow, dude. What piece? Are you recording?
Not yet. Tell me when you want to hit record.
Just start recording.
Okay. Ready?
I think that I'm not even. Just go ahead. What fucking peaceful shit. Dude, this is our first podcast we've ever recorded in person. Well, not ever, but for the elbow room.
Yeah.
Dude, I got that fucking. That hurts, actually.
That
You see
blister from
Yeah.
golfing. Yeah, hopefully it sounds good. There's not too many, like, because like I said, I don't know what it is about my setup, but like if you touch the wires and stuff like that, like you can usually hear it come through and everything. Yeah. We're like, I remember doing your podcast with your equipment, and we were holding your mics and everything and like switching hands and everything like that, and like nothing really came up. It was just the sound. So
Bro, we gotta get back. We gotta get back to do this more often. Dude, this is so different right now, dude.
it is. This is
Look
kind
at
of
this.
weird. Yeah, so we're not only recording a podcast in person finally, but we're also doing it right in front of our pond at my parents' property.
You
So,
said ours. I have no part of this.
yeah, I misspoke
Not
there.
ours, as in the elbow room.
I was
Bro,
more
imagine
like,
the elbow room property. Could happen.
You never know, dude.
I got a lot of confidence after meeting somebody like that, you know?
Yeah, after our experience today, you never know where this is gonna go, man.
Bro, where do we start? Okay. If I was to explain this story, dude, I am.
You gotta move your chair.
Yeah, hang on a second, folks. Bro. Okay. Let's start all the way from the beginning.
Yeah.
So you got the call first.
Yeah. So, well, no, I got a picture.
Okay.
So my buddy Tyler, shout out Tyler.
Fuck yeah, Tyler.
Milliken, he he's been listening to the show since the beginning, and he's a good dude that he wants to see us do well. So I get a text message, and it's a picture of him and Clay Guida together. He's at a
Fucking
golf
awesome,
tournament.
bro.
He's at a golf tournament, and it's him and Clay Guida. I'm like, what, bro? No way. I'm like, get his John Hancock for me. And he's like, I'll see what I can do. But then it was like an hour or maybe 2 hours later. Maybe it wasn't even that long. I'm sitting at home after I got home I was down visiting my brother with my cousin. I get home and I'm sitting there, and my phone goes off, and it's Tyler. And I'm like, hello? He's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, what's up, dude? I can hear people in the background and everything. He's like, yo, I got Clay right here. You want to talk to him? I'm like, what?
Dude, he really put you on the spot.
I'm like, what?
Bro.
He's like, I got Clay right here. You want to talk to him? Yo, Clay, this is my buddy with the podcast I was telling you about. Talk to him for a couple minutes.
Dude, Tyler.
Hands him the phone. I was like, oh my God. And so yeah, I talked to Clay Guida for maybe a minute, or two. He asked me how my weekend was going and everything like that, what I was up to, and I asked him how the golf tournament was going, and told him that I was a fan. Your typical like fanboy.
Bro,
shit.
you know how awkward it has to be the celebrity? Am I driving you nuts that I keep moving?
No, it's just I hear the chainsaw, so I was seeing how much it was picking it up.
You hear the chainsaw in the background? We're outside,
Yeah,
motherfuckers. We're out here. You're gonna hear some shit.
Yeah.
But you know how awkward it must be to like be a celebrity or something like that, and to be put on the spot. Like, yo, my buddy wants to talk to you. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's probably like, you come here often?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
But on the same note, that kind of shit probably happens to him quite often, where people like, they're like, hey, can I get a picture? Can you talk? Whatever it may be, whether it's an autograph picture, talking to somebody, someone who has fought as many times as Clay has. I mean, he's been in the UFC for a long ass time. I think he started his career in 2003, and then I'm not quite sure what year his first fight in the UFC was. Should have had that information already, but he started, I believe, his career in 2003. And I don't know if you know this, but he was the inaugural Strikeforce lightweight champion. He was the first ever lightweight champion.
No, I did not know that,
Yeah, he beat Josh Thompson. They fought in a decision, and then
So I have, obviously, we talk about it all the time, but I didn't start watching UFC till like 2019
yeah,
or whatever, 18.
yep,
So, but I became a Clay Guida fan Dude, Zach and I used to get hyped when he was gonna fight because like, he's a cardio machine. He's a dog.
Yeah.
So to even be able to talk to him on the phone is fucking legit.
Yeah, dude. It felt like, I'm just kind of naturally shy. So it was also one of them things where I was like, I didn't know what to say. I was like, I'm talking to a pro UFC fighter right now.
Bro.
And dude, it was cool though, because Tyler was so pumped. You could tell he was pumped to where he was able to get me an opportunity to talk to somebody like that. And
and shout out to him for even thinking of you first. Most people would have been like, yo, I met Clay Guida today, and you would have been like, dude, that's fucking awesome, and it's still cool, but it would have been left there. But Tyler was like, dude, I gotta have you talk to Andy.
That's just how Tyler is though. He's always been a dude that.
You good? Is something over there?
No, I just saw something blue over there, but I think it's the barrel that we have for the water pump to irrigate the trees and stuff, because it's been so dry this summer. But anyway, Tyler's always, that's how he is. He's just always thinking about somebody else, whether he's getting something for somebody else or he's always doing something for somebody else. He's just a good dude like that.
Bro, he called me.
Cool.
So first of all, I'll tell my side of the story.
All right.
So you call me, and you go, bro. So let me tell you this. You didn't know this, but I was in the car with my family.
So, marrying the kids?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, marrying the kids. So you call me, and you're not, like, with me, if it was me calling you, you'd probably be like, yo, my wife and kids are in the car.
Yeah.
Because you know how I am. But one with you, I'm like, it's just Andy. He ain't gonna say some shit, and even if he does, it can't be worse than anything I say. So my family isn't gonna give a shit,
Yeah.
So you go, bro, you're not gonna fucking believe this, and I'm like, what? You're like, dude, I just talked to somebody on the phone. I'm like, what? And you're like, the Carpenter Guida, bro. I talked to him on the phone. I think that's what you said, right? Because I was
Clay
at
the
first.
Carpenter. I put his nickname in there.
Yeah, because you were like kind of, it was in the car. You were kind of
so,
going in and out, and I'm like, the what? And you're like, Clay Guida, bro. I talked to Clay Guida on the phone. And I'm like, no fucking way, dude. That's fucking awesome.
I'm like, you know who that is, right? You're like, yeah, I fucking know who that is.
Yeah, you're like, you know who Clay Guida is, right? Yeah, I can't believe you had to ask me that. Do I know who Clay Guida is? Yeah. Do you know who LeBron James? No, it's not the same. Okay. Well, I took it. But, it was sweet to even hear that you talked to him on the phone, right? And then you're like, and Tyler, he told me, like, to stop down. He's going to be at some clinic tomorrow, like, to stop down
Athletics in Phoenix.
And you're like, but I don't know. And I'm like, fuck you, bro. We got to go meet him. I want to meet him.
You're like, we're going. We got to go.
Yeah, bro.
I'm like, we do, don't we? You're like, fuck yeah, we do.
Yeah. And then all yesterday, I'm like, dude, I'm really going to meet Clay Guida. Like, so it's a little weird because it wasn't like, so we met Clay Guida.
Yeah. We got to meet him.
We had a conversation with him.
Yeah.
Sat there while he tied his shoes, his wrestling shoes.
Getting his wrestling gear on while we were just kind of
turned on it. Bro, when he turned on his music, not what I was expecting.
Yeah, it was some like Hawaiian.
Like reggae, like
Hawaiian
chill.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool though.
Hell yeah, man. So we get there, and he was there for a Phoenix Wrestling golf tournament to help support the Phoenix Wrestling. For anyone listening that don't know anything about Phoenix Wrestling, it's coached by Gene Mills, who is a legend in the wrestling community.
Yeah.
I mean, he was going to go to the 1980 Olympics, but it got boycotted by the U.S. that year by President Carter, and he would have won gold that year. There's no doubt that he would have won gold because he was pinning the guys that were winning gold and stuff. He went to won world championships. He's a two-time NCAA national champion. I mean, he holds a bunch of different records with Syracuse University.
I mean, has also done amazing, like, for the Phoenix wrestling team as a coach,
I mean, it's
not even as just an athlete.
It's crazy how good the program is there, and it's all because of Gene. And you can tell, you knew just by talking to him for a couple minutes that he's all about, like, creating a good community of wrestling, like a wrestling community, and, like, focusing on the kids and the athletes and stuff like that.
Bro, like, so I've only met him one other time because I wrestled in high school, so we wrestled against Phoenix. So obviously, you always shake the other coach's hands. Mm-hmm. Coach Gene Mills, thank you, whatever, nice to meet you. That was it, like, when I wrestled in high school. So to have a conversation with him today was really cool too. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, he does do a lot of sport for the sport, like for the area. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And for wrestling, and I mean, he opened like really the first MMA gym, like MMA, not wrestling, not kickboxing. The first MMA gym was the Pin to Win that he had in Great Northern.
Yeah.
Like that was that first shit that was really around here.
In this area, yeah. I can't really. I mean, there might have been something else, but I didn't know of anything. You know, that was really the only thing.
Yeah, dude, and even talking to him, like, he was awesome, man. Like, you know, he could have been a dick too, because like, really, we showed up at this wrestling clinic. The point of getting Clay Guida there is to get people to go to the wrestling clinic, right? He could have easily been like, "Are you guys staying to wrestle?" No, get out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're wasting Clay's time. You're wasting our time. He could have easily been like that, but he was like, very, come on in, check it out, come meet
very
Clay.
welcoming. Yep.
Yeah, and dude, I want to go there so bad. I'm going to go to that MMA gym.
That was literally, I think like, that might have been the first or second thing you asked him. You were like, so can anyone just come to these classes? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, so I can come in green? He goes, yeah, we really like try to make sure that no one gets hurt or anything like that, that we have a good program going here. And yeah, it's like, you know, I've always been interested in doing something like that. Obviously, I love the sport of wrestling. I love MMA, like all the different combat sports. But I've never practiced in them. I've never done them. And I've always had like a little...
Sorry.
What are you laughing at?
Dude, I was just thinking, go, sorry.
And there's always been something in the back of me that, like back of my mind was like, that'd be cool to actually train and try to do that.
I'm going to.
Oh, yeah?
I'm going to go. Dude, I might go next week. I already told Mary. I texted her as soon as we left. I sent her the picture of me, you, and Clay Guida. Fucking sweet.
Yeah.
And then I was like, because she told me she knows I've been interested in it. And she said to me last night, she's like, if you're going to go, you should talk to the coach about like when you can come in and classes and stuff. And I was like, yeah, you know, I'll talk to him. So as soon as I left, and I was texting her, I was like, I want to go back.
Especially with it not being far away from where you work and everything. So
yeah, 10 minutes down the road, if that.
Not even. Yeah, not even. It literally is like maybe 5 minutes. So, but anyway, Gene was super cool, and it was just the four of us at first. There was one other dude in there working out, but he was lifting weights out in the back. And we get there, and Gene's walking outside, and I was like, "Hey, Gene, how's it going?" And he recognized who I was. And I was telling you, it's funny, every time that like I go to see Gene, I always think he's not gonna remember who I was, but every time he remembers who I was, and this time was no different. I was like, I don't know if he's gonna. He's like, Andy. Hey, Andy.
He's like, oh my God,
yeah,
Andy.
Yeah, I was like,
dude, in my head I was like, damn, aggressive. Dude, he was awesome. Man.
Yeah, he was.
Like I said, man, I thought there was a little bit of me that was like, he doesn't want us in here. And then when we got talking to him, and he was like talking to me about like the programs and stuff, and then we were talking about wrestling, and he was talking about like getting a new coach in there, and
yeah, because he was a gym teacher at the Phoenix school, but now he's retired, like semi-retired. I don't know if he said retired or semi-retired.
No, he said he's semi-retired. He's going to substitute.
Yeah.
And he's going to volunteer
yeah.
as a assistant coach, as a volunteer coach.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, imagine having a wrestling team where you have someone like Gene Mills as the volunteer. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
He's not getting paid.
Because he has such accolades to where, like, another local school, from what he was saying, like when he was applying to be a teacher, gym teacher, they like turned him down because they just realized they assumed, they said that, no, you won't be here more than probably 5 years or so. You know, I would assume he made that comment because of like how big of a name he is in the wrestling community. That's like, he's not going to stick around with a little small town school like this for that long. And he's been with Phoenix for a long time.
So
long time.
Before we go any further, for anybody who does listen, if you're interested in MMA classes or any of that shit, go check them out.
Yeah.
It's the Ultimate Academy?
Ultimate Athletics.
Ultimate
at Three
Athletics.
Rivers Plaza in Phoenix, and it's also affiliated with Pin to Win Combat.
Yeah.
Gene used to own that, but now it's a different owner. I wish I remember. I think his name is Mark, but I don't remember his last name. But yeah, sweet facility. One side has got 2 full-size wrestling mats,
Yeah.
pretty big, and then the other side is all like workout equipment. But it's a pretty big facility for being in a small town like that. And obviously, they have good programs going. I mean, look who's coaching them, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that was amazing. And to see people like they were starting to come in and start to train, and you see guys who are like very serious in the sport. You know what I mean? They're not UFC fighters, but you can see they're really training.
Yeah.
They're in there like busting their ass. I heard Gene say like there was a couple guys that he took on the side for like one-on-one training for fights and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
Yeah, he was
that gets me excited.
He was introducing a couple guys to Clay, and he was saying like he fought at I think he's at 135, and
Okay.
he was talking about the guys. So like,
Bro, I was sitting there talking to Gene. We were sitting there talking to Gene Mills. I shouldn't even call him by his first name. Gene Mills. We were talking to Gene Mills. And Clay Guida starts walking up to us from the side.
yeah,
I wasn't nervous really to go, right? And I didn't want to go in there. I was a little nervous to go in there because I didn't want to be like the guy that sticks out like a sore thumb. We're 2 big dudes, clearly not ready to go work out, right? But we walked in there anyway. We're sitting there talking to Gene Mills, and I see Clay Guida walking up. And I'm like trying not to make it obvious that I see him coming. I'm a big fan, dude, you know, so you start to get like a little anxious. I don't want to
Yeah.
look stupid.
Oh,
I don't want
yeah.
to make a fool of myself. So I'm like, I see him walking up, and I'm like, oh my God. I don't want to turn and be like, hi, how are you? Am I, you know what I mean?
this is Clay Guida.
Yeah.
This is Clay Guida.
So I'm like sitting there, and then he comes up, hey, fellas, how's it going? And then I'm like, thank God. Hey, I'm Sean. It's great to meet you.
Dude, Clay couldn't have been more like felt like more down to earth and chill.
Oh my God, dude.
Not to like just say that, just to try to be nice or whatever. Like I legitimately mean it when I say like he was so cool.
Dude.
Not once did I feel, and it was only because of my own like I don't even know what the word to use, but like he did not do anything like super welcoming. Like we were asking for autograph and shit like that, and like as he's getting his stuff on, he's like, "Yeah, man, I'll be happy to. I would love to sign some stuff for you guys. We got like this little, what do you call it? It's not a poster.
Kind of like a postcard or a little.
Yeah, it was probably like I wouldn't say 8x10, but some
Yeah.
similar size, like where it's got him taking somebody down on the front, and then on the back is his fishing thing that he does. I feel like I need to look that up so we know what the name is, because I feel like I'm doing it injustice by not actually saying it, because it's an actual.
We said it.
he's big
We
into
talked about it.
It's like fishing gills and
Thrills.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. He said him and Chad Mendez do it. Chad Mendez does like the hunting side.
Yep.
He does the fishing side.
Yeah.
Dude, like we really sat and had like a full conversation with him. It was really cool. Like most people would have been like, "All right, come here, sign your shit, take a picture. All right, see ya." Like, dude, we sat there, we talked to him. Like you and I were being a little awkward. You know what I mean? Like not on
I
purpose,
don't know how
but
not
like,
to be awkward
yeah.
in those situations.
But like we're just kind of standing over him as he's like putting his shoes on, trying to get ready to like do this clinic, and like he could have easily just tried to like please us with getting a picture, autograph. All right, get out of here.
Yeah, and shoot
He
us
signed
away
a
or
couple of shirts. We didn't ask for the postcards. Like he literally was like, "I'll get you some of these too, and I'll
Yeah.
sign these for you."
Yep.
Like, yeah, dude, and yeah, man.
he said it was cool, the podcast we were doing. He really liked our logo. He's like, that logo's pretty sweet. I like that. I'm
Yeah,
like,
dude,
yeah,
that
my
felt
brother. I'm
good,
like, my
bro.
brother made it. You know?
He was like, "What's it called? The elbow room? Sweet." Then he's
That's
like,
sweet.
"Oh, that logo's nice."
I like that logo. He's like, that actual like someone throwing. I'm like, yeah, it's John Jones throwing a spinning elbow. Which, by the way, remember when we did one of the podcasts before the podcast, and I asked you like, do you know who those fighters
Yeah.
are? And one of them I said was Michael Bisping. It's not Michael Bisping.
Bro.
I talked to my brother about it this over the weekend when I was visiting him, and I'm like, "That's Bisping, right?" He goes, "No, it's." He goes, "It was a fight where John was doing a spinning elbow. I don't know if it's Gustafson or what, but it was the guy going to block it, but he basically like, it's not how they were positioned in the photo. He like repositioned them, kind of a thing. It's the same photo, the people, but he repositioned where they were, and then he made it silhouette. So, I don't know if it's Gustafson or who it was that he was throwing it on, but anyway, Clay thought it was pretty cool. Signed our shirts. it was funny because the wrestling polo that I gave him that I got from the golf tournament last year, because I golfed in the Phoenix Wrestling golf tournament last year and got a really nice polo. And he's like, yeah, this design, it's such a sweet logo.
He's like, that's the coolest logo I've
He's
ever
like,
seen.
you sure you want me to sign this? This is a you know, a nice shirt. I'm like, yeah, I do. And then he asked me again, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. And I should have just told him. I got 2 of them. So like one of them I have, and then I don't. The other one is signed. I mean, the one of them is technically my brother's, but he's never brought it up. So
I asked him if he was interested in doing the American freestyle wrestling. He said, I'd love to throw my shoes back on and get on the mat.
he said he's going to be at the event in a
Cleveland,
couple weeks.
the first one in Cleveland,
in a couple
yeah.
weeks, and he also.
So tune in. He said, I'm going to be the first one in Cleveland. So tune in. He didn't say he was competing. He just said he was going to be there.
Yeah, I did ask him. I said, "What's competition looking like for you these days? Like, what are you doing?" He goes, "I'm looking to get in the cage sometime soon." I was like, "All right."
Dude,
he didn't give any more.
Dude, I don't think he'll ever stop.
No, I mean, dude, he looked. Seeing him in person, and everything like that, like he's for sure in shape.
Yeah.
But like I think he's like 42 or something like that. Like, he looks good for his age. He definitely looks like, at least optics, when you're looking at him, he looks like he can still compete with the best of them. So,
Bro, it was really cool to be able to. Again, shout out to Tyler. Tyler hooked us up.
Hell
with
yeah,
that.
man.
That was all due to him. And
we
bro,
should give Tyler's business a shout out too.
Yeah, dude. I don't know.
Impact Repairs. It's on Phoenix, New York, off of Route 57, and I hope I'm getting this right. Tyler can correct me if I'm not, and then
Call him.
We'll call him right now.
Yeah. I'll talk to him. My phone's recording.
Okay.
I'll talk to him.
All right, we're gonna call Tyler live on the podcast.
You think he'll answer?
He might, depending on what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing.
He's gonna say something.
Yeah, but it's good.
Come on, Tyler. Yo, this is Sean. We're recording a podcast right now.
What's going on, dude?
Okay, first of all, I just wanted to say thank you, because that was dope as fuck.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
Yeah, dude, that was sweet. Also, what does your business do?
It's commercial truck and trailer repair, so any basically body work, the low bridge hits, tractors that flip, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
'cause we're giving your business a shout out, and I was like, I know he works on trucks, but I can't remember like exact details of what exactly he does. I know he does repairs, but
Yeah, I appreciate the shout out, boys. Just trying to grow your brand.
fuck yeah, dude.
yeah, we were saying that you've always been.
Bro,
Very
I
good.
told Andy this morning on the way, I'm like, if we ever blow up, he's our manager. That dude will make connections like no fucking other. So,
Don't think me. That's mostly Gino. That's all Gene Mills, man.
no.
I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. I'm glad it worked out for you guys.
Nobody else is going to call and be like, yo, you got to talk to him right now. Nobody else is doing that. No, that was sick as fuck, dude. That was sweet. He was nice, man. He was cool.
Yeah, Clay's a good dude.
You met.
I was about to tee off. I was at the Phoenix Golf benefit, and I was about to tee off. I was like, I think that's Clay over there. They're like, what are you talking about? I was like, that's Clay Guida. I go, yo, Clay. He's like, what's up, dude? So I started going over there and talking to him. I was like, are you golfing? He's like, nah, man, I'm over to fish, man. I'm just here for Gino. I was like, oh, cool, dude. Took pictures with us. He was super cool.
Yeah, he was nice as fuck. He was like, Tyler seemed to have a good time last night.
Yeah, I was a little tuned up.
Well, fuck yeah.
Scars the old every yesterday. Sure.
Yeah, dude, it's good for you sometimes.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, dude, seriously, we appreciate it, dude. It was a little awkward meeting him. I was a little nervous for some reason, but dude, he was cool as fuck. I want to go back there. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna do classes now too. I want to.
Great. You should shout that out too.
Yeah.
To win there in Three Rivers Plaza. I think Mark Gervais is the owner still. He's a black belt jiu-jitsu.
Mark Gervais,
He used to
okay.
be pro MMA fighter as well. He's a good dude as well. That might be another contact you want to get in touch with. Give him a shout out. I'm sure he'd be glad to do a little interview with you guys too.
Yeah.
I think he coaches Kevin Carey, who's in the PFL. I think Kevin is now 4-1 as a pro. Rochester, being trained in Syracuse. So
Oh, no shit. Yeah, we shouted out the gym and stuff there, but we weren't sure who the owner was, so thank you.
yeah, not a problem.
But fuck yeah, dude. Thank you again.
Yeah, not a problem. You guys keep it real.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, thanks, man. We'll talk to you.
Peace.
Right. Yeah,
What a
that's-
character.
That's Tyler for you.
Yeah, so Tyler's business does commercial truck body work,
Yep.
mainly.
Yeah, I know he does, like, he'll have contracts with, like, Penske and Ryder and stuff like that. Like, well, they have whole fleets of trucks that they'll need. Like, oh, we need all of our trailers to be repainted. You know, Tyler's the guy to do that. So, if anyone out there is listening that owns a company that has big trucks like that, you need work, and you're in the area, definitely go give Tyler's business a...
Bro, we met a UFC fighter today.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's still crazy. Crazy thinking about it, that actually happened.
How long have we been going for? 25 minutes?
Yep.
Dude, this goes quick, bro. I feel like it's even quicker when we're in person.
Yep.
Bro, this is our first ever podcast in person.
Yeah.
And, dude, it feels legit, just like when we do it. Like,
it does. It
just
feels better. It feels better.
My only complaint is headphones.
Yeah,
I wish I had
I'm
headphones.
hoping that this comes out good. I'm hoping we don't have to scrap this thing because of you hear too much shit or whatever, and it just sounds ridiculous. Hopefully it sounds pretty good. But yeah, we don't have headphones on to be able to listen to what's coming through the mics. We normally have that, but I got this big bug clawing at me right now. That's what happens when you're live in nature, folks.
So soon, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna go do one of the classes. I don't know. They have cardio kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, fundamental wrestling. I saw just grappling in general. I saw a bunch of stuff on there. I'm gonna go do one of them, and then I'm gonna report back.
Yeah, you may drag me into doing it.
I'm trying to get you to.
I really wish I was like different when it comes to like nerves and just all that kind of stuff. Because that's what prevents me from doing something like that. Just I have never done it before.
Dude, the only thing preventing me from doing it is like I already get out at 3:15, 4 o'clock, or I get home at 4. Then that's like my time to see the kids, you know. So like if I go to a class that's 2 hours long, I don't know how long they are. Maybe an hour, probably an hour. So if I go, they said it started at 5. I don't even have time to drive home really and see them for a little while.
Yeah.
Go do an hour class. Don't get home till 6:30.
That's also one of my biggest obstacles, just having a family, and now also we're going to be building a house, so where literally all of my extra time's got to go to that. So I had even thrown around the idea of doing karate at the karate studio that my girls go to, just so like we were like doing it as a family type of a thing, you know. And because one of the reasons is when you go to the black belt shows there, they're super fun to go to, even if your kid's not in the show. But they usually always do a segment where it's like family segment, and like anyone who's family, they get up on the stage together and they do like a little demo.
But yeah.
And it's really cool. And I've always like, it'd be so cool to be up there with my 2 girls who are up there as a family unit doing something. So I've always thrown the idea of around, but I mean, and I know it's probably just an excuse, but time comes into, I'm always thinking about the time. It's, you know, I get done with work and either we got doing something with the girls, or you got to start dinner, or if school's going, you got to do homework, and now we're building a house, so like a lot of my extra time as soon as I get home is going to go right to over doing that. So it's just literally finding the extra time to fit it into your schedule and everything like that. So, and I got to get over the nerves part, because anytime I ever meet anyone like that, they're super cool.
Yeah.
You know,
well,
it's
you
I know that I would do it, and it wouldn't be a thing. Everyone would be welcoming. They're almost all those people want to help other people out. Like, there's no one there that's doing it, and they're like, I hope this person fails. Like, almost, it's usually when you're in a community like that, or in an environment like that, everyone wants to see other people succeed as well. So,
I mean, they were green at one time too, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And you even asked Gene, like, can we come in here green off the street? No experience. He's like, yeah. He goes, we try to, tailor our classes to where, nobody's getting hurt or any of that kind of stuff. 'Cause, you hear stories of, people going in a jiu-jitsu gym or something like that, and, they're rolling around with somebody that has way more experience, and maybe that person is a little rough, and next thing you know, they're getting a torn ACL, or they're getting a elbow pop, whatever it may be, but injuries. So it was kind of cool to hear Gene actually say, like, we try to prevent that kind of stuff and all that. So
yeah.
But just the main thing is just how welcoming they were.
Oh my god,
And
dude, they were
It
awesome.
was cool. And it only got awkward when other people started coming in because
Yeah.
it was like, all right, things are starting to go now. Like,
Yeah,
they're-
and we're
people
just
are
in the
coming
way.
in, and you know, they're Gene's introducing.
You can answer that if you want to.
No, that's good. Gene was introducing people to Clay and things
Yeah.
like that, and you knew it was just there was gonna be more people doing it. So it was like, all right, well, Clay, we don't want to waste too much more of your time, you know. He's like, oh no, guys, you guys are fine, and it was cool. The only thing I kind of wanted to ask him was if he'd be interested in doing like a over the phone podcast later on the road when we get a little bit more experience and we can get set up for it and everything. But it did feel a little
Yeah.
awkward in that moment to be like, yo,
Yeah.
you know, you want to do this? We just met you.
Yeah,
Like, you
it
wanna
is
do
hard
this?
because, you know, there is a little bit of that feeling where you're like, I don't want this to feel like I'm only, like, because we are fans, you know?
Mhm.
So we don't want it to be like we're only here because we're trying to get him on the podcast. We're here because we're big fans, and it's fucking sweet to be able to meet him. You know what I mean?
For
And
real.
dude, it was awesome.
Yeah,
I'm so happy we went.
Sean already posted a picture of the three of us on.
Yeah, so go check that on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm comically large in that picture.
Bro, but you gotta
Comically
realize you're
large.
standing next to two dudes who are 5'7".
Yeah, and I'm 6'4", like 6'4" and a half. So it just looks funny to me.
I mean, dude, you tower over us. You're
Yeah.
a tall dude.
But
You're the Shaquille O'Neal of white people.
I'm not that tall.
For white people.
But yeah, we already got the picture posted. It was cool to get on here and talk about the experience. You know, be able to ask him a few questions. You know, I was excited because I knew he wasn't in the UFC anymore. But you know, there's been no news if he was going to be fighting again or
Yeah.
anything, and he didn't officially retire. So it was like kind of didn't know when we were going to see him again. So to hear him say that he's, you know, looking to get in the cage again, that was cool. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, we're going to get to see him fight, you know.
I got my shirt signed. Okay. Back
Yep.
there.
I got 2 shirts signed. We got
Fucking
that
sweet.
like postcard looking thing signed. Oh man, dude, I was bummed because I have hundreds of UFC cards.
Bro.
And I went through all of them 3 separate times. I went through them all just to make sure I didn't like accidentally miss something. I didn't have a single Clay Guida
Me
card. I
neither,
was
bro.
so upset. I was like, "Are you shitting me? I had this opportunity, and I've been into UFC cards, collecting them and everything like that. And it was like, you know how cool it would be to actually, the first opportunity that you have to have an actual UFC fighter
Bro.
sign a card. You don't have a friggin' card for that fighter. I was so bummed, but we still got shit signed, so I'm still
Okay.
happy.
Bro.
Clay's the man. I'm more of a fan of his now, even more.
Oh
now
my
that
God,
I've met him
yeah,
and
dude.
talked to him.
And I'm gonna watch him wherever he goes now.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, it's so cool when you meet somebody and they are cool like that, because it could be quick and you just go, oh, that was cool, that was
Yeah.
sweet, and then
Yeah.
you leave. But he left like a good impression. Like, dude, I want to go fishing with him now.
Yeah, I know. I said that to you when we got in the car. I'm like, we should figure out a way to save up money so we can go on his,
I wonder how
one
much
of
it
his
is.
fishing excursions. And I believe it's down in Florida.
Fishing with Clay Guida, that'd be
Yeah,
fucking cool.
you're deep sea fishing. You're pulling out monsters.
Let's figure it out.
We should.
We should figure
That
it
would be
out.
dope. That would be
That's-
pretty sweet.
But dude, it was awesome.
Yeah.
This isn't a generic normal episode for the Elbow Room, but we just had to get together.
Yeah.
We're not together often to do this type of shit, so but we want to. We want to do content.
I wish we could do every podcast like this.
Oh.
I know it's difficult because
Right
of our
here
lives.
in this very spot, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep. It is a nice spot.
Oh my god. Dude, the
Anyone
breeze
listen-
down. It's hot out, but
So
right
anyone
here,
listening right now that has never been on this piece of property that we're at, my parents, we are in this secluded spot. We're in underneath a bunch of different trees, right on the edge of a pond. They have a cabin down here, a fire pit. I mean, it's really the ultimate just hangout spot.
Oh my god, dude,
It
the
really
breeze is so nice. It's hot out right now.
Yeah.
But right here, I'm comfy as fuck.
Oh
dude.
yeah,
We were just hitting golf balls and I was sweating like crazy. Now I'm here, dude. I'm just.
it's a nice spot.
We need to get together and shoot some videos too.
Yeah, for sure. Doing stuff in person is just, I can't tell you how much better it is.
We should have done more shit rather than go hit golf balls.
Well, that's why. So one of the reasons we're doing the podcast right now is because when we were hitting golf balls, it like dawned on me, like, bro, why are we doing this? And we should have been recording a
Yeah.
podcast. And you're like, you got some time? Because I can
Yeah.
do it when we get back. I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't have anything like super pressing that I need to get done or whatever when I get home. I got a few things that I got to do today, but nothing that can't wait a little while. So let's go back and and record a podcast. So
And we're just gonna.
Yeah.
You want to just drop this today?
yeah,
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah,
It's not
okay.
going to take me long to put on the computer. It might be a little bit
So
later.
today's Sunday. So
Yeah.
it'll get dropped today. I need you to send me the audio for this because I gotta try and connect it to the video too. And then
Oh, you know what I figured
then
out
tomorrow-
too about my thing with the audio
Huh.
is I found a separate folder. Like it was always like PodTrack 4 and it would have like the audio files, but then there'd be two folders, and if you click on one of them, it separates the friggin' mics. So like it's a whole file of just mic 1 and a whole file of just mic 2
Really?
separated. Yeah.
Oh,
Which
that's
I didn't
cool.
know it did that. So that's I thought that was pretty cool when I
That
discovered
is cool. But then, so we'll have this one dropping today. The first podcast before the podcast drops tomorrow.
It's
Monday.
scheduled and already it's ready to
Fuck
go.
yeah! And then our normal episode Friday.
Yep.
It's a hell of a week to be a fan of
Because
the Elbow
on
Room.
Friday we're gonna be it's a podcast where we're gonna be talking about UFC 319.
Fuck
So,
yeah.
and we'll talk about the fight night that was on last night, the Hernandez and Dolides. I haven't watched the fights yet. The wife and I had a date night last night because the kids were away. We had to take advantage of the opportunity. So I haven't watched them. You haven't spoiled them for me. Clay asked if we watched them. And it was one of them things, too, I feel a little awkward being an MMA podcast and everything. And he's like, did you watch the fights last night? I was like, no. Like,
Yeah, but you had
he
good
understood.
reason.
He
Yeah.
understood. He even said, yeah, you got to do those.
Date
when you
nights
can.
don't come often. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's like. Date nights don't come often, so you got to take advantage. I'm like, yeah. He goes, I won't ruin nothing for you, but they were good.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to watch those over, and we'll talk a little bit about those on our next show and UFC 319, which is going to be a really good card.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Really good card. Yeah, dude, this was sick.
Fuck yeah, bro.
This was awesome.
Fuck yeah.
We should try, even though I know it's hard, we should try to,
We should. We
Yeah.
should. At least once a month.
yeah.
We owe it to ourselves.
Yeah, dude.
Not to anybody else, to us.
Yeah.
Because this is so good, dude. This is so good.
People are going to be like, Jesus, are they going to start, what's going on over there?
Bro, you have to realize, if we were single men with no families, like you and I love this shit so much, we'd probably post every day.
Oh, yeah, it would be
You know what I mean?
probably like,
If we had no responsibilities,
yeah.
you and I would be deep.
Yeah.
Pause. Okay, I think that's enough.
Yeah. All right.
Peace out.
Peace out, everybody. 37 minutes.